Next week marks 1 year since Illinois outlawed cash bail. Advocates and critics of the change have been waiting to see if it's been successful or a disaster.
CBS News Chicago investigator Megan Hickey is digging into brand new data from across the state. And Megan, some of the issues here had to do with whether defendants who were charged would show up for court.
Right, Joe and Erica. And so far in the first year since cash bail was outlawed, the answer is yes. The failure to appear rates have largely gone unchanged, but the law has impacted the court system in other ways.
We're hearing a lot more about the strength of the evidence. We're hearing a lot more about the risk assessment.
According to Loyola's Center for Criminal Justice, which combed through court data across the state of Illinois, since the Pretrial Fairness Act went into effect a year ago, hearings take a whole lot longer. In Cook County, the length of time being spent in court went from about 4 minutes to 16 minutes after the law went into effect. That's because judges are explaining their detention decisions more thoroughly. Of the nearly 9,000 detention-eligible cases in Illinois that the team looked at, 36% of defendants were detained. In 43% of those cases, prosecutors never asked for detention.
Cash bail was not making us any safer.
Cook County State's Attorney Kim Fox explained to me why.
I think it is allowed for us to do a thorough review of our cases before we hit the courtroom to be able to make an honest assessment about what we need. And so just because something is eligible, just because you can, doesn't mean that you should.
She and a panel of other stakeholders, like Cook County's chief public defender, spoke about the largely positive outcomes.
There were a lot of predictions about things that did not happen.
The most important being that eliminating cash bail has not caused a spike in crime as predicted. In fact, violent crime and property crime are down. And defendants avoided roughly $6.7 million in bond costs in the first 9 months since the law went into effect.
So we see defendants that have higher risk for committing new criminal activity are more likely to be detained.
The Loyola Center for Criminal Justice's Dave Olson says so far the data shows that outlawing cash bail has had the intended effects.
I think there's still people that feel as though there's some individuals that can't be detained that they would like to see detained. But for the most part, the law is being followed and we're seeing a reduction in jail populations.
And when it comes to those jail populations, Cook County's jail population is down about 14%. In rural counties, they're down about 25%. In the newsroom, Megan Hickey, CBS News Chicago investigators.
Thank you, Megan.